Hey there everybody, it's Fan Art Friday, and today I'm going to be taking a look at one of the things that I like a lot, the monster manual, the original. So, and I'm going to basically I'm going to take a monster and let's see if we can update it. So I know the monster I'm going to pick, but let's look through it a little bit first anyway. So there's Otyugs and Owlbears, Orcs, got the Minotaur, Mind Flayer, Lizard Men, lizard men, some of the golems, the Gorgon. You know, one of my favorites. I don't know if you knew this about me, but one of my favorites is the Beholder. And but today we are going to do a new, I guess a new to me monster, and that I have some fond feelings of. With we had a near TBK when Dungeons and Dragons first moved from 2 to 2nd to 3rd edition. It is the Stirge. So I'm gonna probably pull up a little photo of this as I kind of doodle it. I'm gonna put it off to the side, but it won't fit in the shot. So today, let's play around with the Stirge. That's something else. The Stirge. So what's interesting, I'm just gonna draw it from like how it is right now. So we got the roundish head. He's got some of these like real looking big eyebrow things. And he's got these kind of 2 eyes, and he's got the sharp beak, right? And he looks angry, you know. He's got these weird kind of creepy folds in his face, and then all of these little kind of like a hairy back, right? And then they definitely have bat wings, and they're just kind of, you know, almost stylized bat wings, right? And then he's got these you have these kind of grabber claws that come off. So, and even got like a slitted eye, right? So let's think about combining how we can combine these things with. So we got the bat wings. Let's start with the head, and maybe give it a kind of this mosquito body, right? So we've got, you know, maybe mosquito eyes, right? So we've got these segmented eyes, maybe. But let's give them the. Let's see what happens when we kind of do this, sort of like they're, you know, how they were. Give him some spikes coming off his head, and then the sharp beak is kind of important. And then we'll just do some kind of like maybe armor plating, and then where that I want to make it look like its body is wrinkly, like it needs to fold. It's got all these folds for when it drinks your blood, right? And then let's do some kind of insectile grabbing, like some hands, right? And then figure out. So, and then since we want to have bat wings too, let's give him the bat. Like a bat has it really has an arm, right? These are just its arms. Let's figure out where these can go, and then put some hands up here. Get a finger, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little pinky. So same over here. This goes off the page though, and then come down through there. Delightful. So it's kind of, you know, it is the monster, right? But I'm updating it. Let's so this comes over. Let's keep this spiky back, right? So it gives it some kind of armor. We need to give it some more claws. So let's make it. How's it got it? It's got kind of a fat insect body, but let's give it more of a tail. Maybe some more legs, some segments. Thing. Let's follow through with more of a spiky back. But this is fun. So anyway, today my plan is to and come up with this drawing and see how far I can take it. And what I'm going to do for tomorrow, for the Saturday Monster Matinee, is to take this and make it into a virtual tabletop token. So if you're watching this and you want to see me make a virtual tabletop token, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You know that you're looking forward to it. And so right now I'm working with the Derwent Inktense. I think this is the Paynes Gray. Yep. Just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally pick up a different one. Let's kind of shade this in a little bit. Give it some extra darkness here. And I'm going to come through with the my matter brown, just to kind of pick up some highlights here, right? So let's say like maybe his undercarriage is going to be kind of reddish. You come through here with that. It goes down brown, but it does end up being kind of a pinkish color. Let's give him, his eyes are red, right? And then the beak, his hair in the back here. It's kind of hair, but it's really kind of looks more spiky in the image. And I'm going to come through with adding this into the shading of his wings. I think we'll go across his fingers too. Like let's give them a little bit of pinkness. Let's play around with that. Change some. Let me get some of the more of this dark underneath here. Go through with a little bit more. This is kind of the updated Stirge. How I would do it. And tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to take it, bring it into Photoshop, and ink it, and probably adjust the image a little bit. I might change his pose slightly. Okay, I'm going to put down my pencils and pick up my water brush. We'll make sure there's water coming out. And let's start with his face, just because I think that's where the, most of the detail will be. Follow that proboscis. Through. We want it to be really dark. Right, it's the back. And shadow his wings. Try and think about following the skin. Got a lot of ink inside the brush at this point, and it's good. That's good for putting into different areas. But yeah, the original Monster Manual. I think there's something to be said about how the illustrations and the monsters are really so basic, like just the black and white, and that at the time that was really what you could print, right? It was the most affordable, easy way of doing things, because then it's basically just black and white, not even levels of gray, because in offset printing you really want to avoid too many levels of gray, because what happens is at the press the operators really want to push the black, right? So they want to use almost as much black ink as they can to make sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to. Oop, there's a big blip. There's a big drip. Squeeze too hard. It's all right. Push it around. We can get it to move a little bit here. But yeah, so what would happen is if you used levels of gray, you'd end up with just things that just didn't look right at all, right? And then you'd have to go to really try and adjust it back and see, like, okay, well, we're going to go with, let's try and go with 80% black so that we can actually make sure that this gradient we put in here works. And also, there weren't any computers. So really, all these things, when you think about cut and paste, that's what it was, cutting and pasting. You know, you get your scissors out, get some Scotch tape, some glue, some wax, and you basically make your own layout. Set up a typewriter, you know, and figure out how it's going to be, and then use, you know, a big layout sheet and glue and cut. Use scissors, X-Acto blades, whatever it took. You can make this hand a little darker here. I want to let it. Whoa! I want to let it dry a little bit. Let's let this chase down. Let's play around with this. Why not? Because what the heck? There's water. Let's make it drip. Embrace your chaos, right? And let's put one over here just to balance. Now all of a sudden I've given it some kind of lightning effect, but that's not what I do in the game. Sturdy McBurge. Okay, there you have it. Maybe I'll play around with one more while I wait for this thing to dry a little bit. Let's see. Let's play around with maybe one more pose. Let's just do a real, you know, since the original has two in it, let's do one more. That's almost more of just a silhouette. While I'm envisioning this. Right. Let's give him this tail. All spikes down the tail. And then let's have him, let's see how these fingers are going to go. So his thumb would go here. Stretch it back, so thumb. Think about fingers. Let's just, like I said, let's make this mostly a silhouette. While we wait for, it's pretty dry in the basement. Let's give him some eyes here. Alright. And let's come through with some more of that rose madder. Let's just kind of work it so that's in the front edge of this stuff and see what happens when we do that. Play around as much as possible. If you're having fun, you're doing it right. And that goes for playing Dungeons and Dragons as much as almost anything. I should say, if you're having fun and you're not hurting anybody, right? And I hope you're not being hurt by me coloring and scribbling. It can happen. It can happen. I'm not going to fault you if you know, this is painful. Let me just try not to drop too many of my pencils on the floor. And come back in with the pen, the water pen. Let's close this up because it's falling. A little slippery. Put it on the side. All right, come through. Let's just get this silhouette and see what happens here. Like it's just, you know, controlled scribbles. I make sure I'm not in the camera's way. You know, that can be difficult for me to do at times. Some spiky bits come across here. Stirge. I just like the word too. Alright. Okay, let's see. How are we doing on the. Let's see. Let's put a couple more. A little more darkness in some of these zones. Still wet, so it's almost like going down like turning up some of these eyes. Oh, scribbly. Oh. Follow those lines. And those are the things we'll be able to clean up in the computer. Control Z is your friend. A little sloppy. All right, there you have it. We'll sign it off. With love. So there you have it, the Stirge. So, hey, I hope you had fun today. If you did, please be sure to give me a like. And tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to be taking this Stirge and make it into a virtual tabletop token by using Photoshop. So, hope you can join me tomorrow. And thanks a lot. I love you all. And if you can give somebody a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. And watch out for Stirges, because then you lose all your blood and you have to make a lot of con saves, which is bad. Bye.